Hello, dear viewer. They mostly come out at night, mostly Murdoch X here, and today we're here to talk about a Snoopy Flying Ace game. Snoopy and the Peanuts gang are here in a short but fun aerial shooter title. Take out the Red Baron and his flying circus while unlocking new weapons and new multiplayer characters. I have to say I was surprised to see Snoopy starring as an ace fighter in a video game released in 2006, but it turns out this was neither the first nor the last game to do this. This is part of a series that started on the Atari 2600 with Snoopy and the Red Baron. After Snoopy vs. the Red Baron on the PS2, the legacy continued with Snoopy Flying Ace on the Xbox 360. But enough about those other titles, it's time to talk about the game on our beloved PS2, which was also released on PSP and PC. Upon booting up the game, we're treated to this short video intro.
Do you ever wonder what Snoopy dreams about, Charlie Brown?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes he dreams he's a famous writer, or sometimes a tennis pro. I'm never really sure what Snoopy is dreaming. Right now I'm pretty sure he's a World War I flying ace.
After jumping into a new game, Marcy gives us a few tips and suggests we attend her flying school. Wanting to make sure I got the most out of this game, I hopped right in and took all 3 classes she had to offer. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, we have a health gauge and a special meter gauge. The special meter is depleted when using flying techniques like the barrel roll to avoid damage, as well as using the triangle button to do a quick turnaround. On that note, it may be better to slow down and turn around manually, as it seems to take just as much time but doesn't deplete the special meter. It does pause the special meter regeneration while holding down the brake button though, so further research may be necessary. Other than the flying controls, the secondary weapons are another thing to keep an eye on. By saving up coins and popping the different colored balloons in various stages, new special weapons can be unlocked. One of these weapons can be controlled like the plane is controlled, but the rest are just variations on missiles, though some can interact with stage objects as well. For example, there's a fire boomerang that can burn bales of hay, or an ice cube launcher to freeze water vortexes that would otherwise be in the way. Other than a few special cases like this though, these secondary weapons feel a bit samey. Another small frustration I have with the variety of missiles is that the refire rate seems different if you're pressing the button or holding it down. It seems that the delay between shots is much shorter if you hold down the button, but this is a really small problem. The rest of the game is solid right up until the end, but we'll come back to that. The missions you'll undertake as Allied World War I pilot Snoopy come in several varieties. It could be to protect cargo or destroy an enemy shipment. It could be to sneak into an enemy base and destroy everything. And of course, it may be something more straightforward like shoot down all of the enemies. Besides sticking to the missions and completing all of the goals and sub-goals, there are also collectibles to watch out for, including weapon refills, coins, balloons, and letters. These letters spell out the names of Peanuts characters that can be unlocked for multiplayer combat though, as well as new secondary weaponry must be paid for with the coins. Also, some of these weapons require an amount of balloons of the correct color, which are collected throughout these stages as well. Upon collecting all of these requirements, you can stop by Pigpen's shop back in the hub world. This hub world is also where we enter billboards to select which stage we'd like to play. All of the unlocked secondary weapons are here as well so that we can get some practice with them before jumping into a stage. Snoopy vs. the Red Baron setup feels simple though. I don't know if this means that it is simple or if they just did a great job of teaching and laying out the game. This simplicity is gone when you get to the final set of stages though. I ended up quitting before beating the game here. In this second to last mission, we're tasked with taking down a mega plane that launches fighter planes and also has turret guns. The early planes aren't so bad, but the turret guns are difficult and they are also the only source of weapon and health refills. I tried a few different strategies here and got my ass handed to me every time. I don't know if this means I wasn't very good at the game or if I was just bringing the wrong secondary weapon or something, but the game went from easy to hard out of nowhere. On that note, the game isn't very long, but thanks to the collectibles and secondary targets as well as beating the suggested time, there's loads of replayability. Another stage design that I didn't mention earlier is one where you're following another character and flying through loops. This in and of itself is fun enough, but it makes finding and collecting the balloons and letters a real challenge. I really love this, as well as any stage that had tight quarters. It's satisfying to fly an airplane through caves and into small hidden coves. If you do decide to give this game a shot, it can be beat in a day but replayed for a couple of weeks. As far as licensed products go, this is one of the best. It's no Ace Combat game, but it was never meant to be. This is more of an arcade take on the flying game, and it works. I picked this game up because in one of Metal Jesus' hidden gem videos he mentions it. I'd suggest Barnyard or Shrek Super Slam as a hidden gem first, but this game does deserve to be on that list. I'd have never picked this game up if it hadn't been for him mentioning it. One quick note in case you do pick this game up, something that I didn't realize was there until after I quit playing is that it has a progressive scan mode. I wish I had turned this on. It would have been nice to have that sharper screen on my television. But that about wraps it up. What you see is what you get here. Some nice jazz music playing to a Snoopy Flying Ace game. Who thought that a comic strip that mentioned the Red Baron back in 1965 would spawn a video game 50 years later?